Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am very excited to be coming to you today with another fresh new episode for your Monday. And this is going to be another great Marriage Monday for you. I'm actually joined with my beautiful co-host, Savannah, today. How are you? Oh, wait, she's not on this. This isn't live. This is just me recording an intro. So let's go ahead and kick it over to the show today, guys. This is a really fun one. We have Caleb and Brittany Auman joining us from the Equip Expo from our hotel room up there in Louisville, Kentucky. It was a very fun trip. We loved catching up with everybody, getting to hang out, network. And this was one of the podcasts we got to record up there. And let's just say, Part 1 is over on the Kid Contractor Podcast, so if you want to go get that, go pause this, go check that out. It released this morning as well, so go listen to Part 1, and then come back over to our show and listen to Part 2. This is about an hour and a half total of content that I believe you don't want to miss. This is a very fun show. It gets kind of deep, honestly, and our show gets kind of deep, but there's some really good stuff packed in here. A little more lighthearted over on the Kid Contractor Podcast this morning, but I tell you what, you need to stick around for the whole thing. Go check theirs out and then come back over to ours and listen to the whole thing, finish it out here, because Part 2 is one, like I said, you don't want to miss. We go kind of deep, but there's some really, really good stuff that we dive into today. So I am honored to have Kevin and Brittany on the show again for another Marriage Monday. It is, like I said, our honor to have them on. We very, very much appreciate allowing us to be on their show, but then the same to them coming on ours. It means the world to us that we get to bring great guests on like them, and they have a lot of value. They bring a lot of value to our lives, to, I know, a lot of your lives out there as well, and so I just want to say thank you to them for coming on and joining us today. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're having a great day whenever it is you're listening. This episode, I think, will really help you put some things into perspective and just go out and crush it in marriage and in business. So if you have any questions, if we can ever help you, always reach out, shoot us an email. But let's go ahead and hop into today's show, guys. Let's dive into it. If you enjoy it, leave us a big 5-star rating and review. But without any further ado, let's hop in and hear more from Louisville, Kentucky with Kid and Brittany Auman.
Yeah, when you throw kids into things, like, that's really what changes the thing. We're young, but like, we already have a kid, and so like we instantly jump the next 10 to 15 years, like you're saying, and we get to that point of, all right, well, we're going to start doing this for family life and things like that.
But you've also only been in business 5 years, so it's also not
correct.
Like,
we got to find a balance. We can't just like slow down big time, because we're still in that we're in year 5.
It's
like
tough
that.
to throttle back.
I think it's cool though, because all of these younger people our age and younger, like, that are coming and listening or getting told that or encouraged that, like the family time and the prioritizing, they're getting that out the gate. They're not coming in, after having done it, going 100 miles an hour, balls to the walls for 10, 15 years, and then coming back and saying, no, you got to remember to prioritize your family, to kind of be able to go in it and build your business with that mindset, starting to, balance right out the gate and learn how to do that will just make it easier. And hopefully better and more successful for them just in general moving forward.
It is a great message, right? It's it's awesome that's put out there. Mike Andes had an event earlier in the week here in Kentucky, just across the way, I think. And it would be interesting. And I like Mike. I got a lot of respect for him. He's a smart dude and has built some really cool stuff and puts out a ton of great information and advice. I would be interested to see what the messaging was at his thing, because they're definitely going to be pushing growth and going hard in the paint kind of thing.
But he'll be the first one to tell you the only reason he can do what he does is because he doesn't have a family. He said that, he has said that publicly. Like,
interesting.
I'm not. I mean, I think he might be now, but he has not been actively searching for a girlfriend or a wife, because like he knows that will constrain his time more.
Interesting.
And like the dude lived in a closet for years. And so he knew that time in his life was, you got to grind, we got to go. And so that is one. The thing that I like about it is you've got young guys coming in, girls, young couples, and they're able to start, whether they got married a year ago or you get these single guys in here that are 21, 22 years old, they know that they can start. What they're doing is they're starting a plan, and they're starting like, we're going to make this a 2 to 3, 5 year window of like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're putting a plan in place to then adjust to a family lifestyle after that. But like, they're not just going blindly trying to get this thing. Like, they're actually, people are telling them like, look, when you get kids, you got to do this. So like, they're able to plan for it better. Like, if you don't have people telling you that, like what to look out for, then you're just going to like, oh, let's have a kid, let's grow a business, let's do this and that, and then your family's going to suffer, the business is going to suffer, like things will suffer as you go. So I think that's a huge benefit is when people get in here in the single stages, and that's like together in the trades. I think 2 years ago there was a dude that came with no relationship had no girl, no nothing. Like, he was a single dude that showed up.
He just actually gotten divorced. I mean, his reasoning was like, I'm going to try to do the next one right.
Yeah.
And it was like, dang, man, that was
so. I mean,
heavy.
That's where the value is. It was like, you get to come in here and actually create a plan. So you build your family and you build the family dream that you want. Like, that's what I said today. Like, somebody was asking, like, what would you go back and do in the beginning stage in business? It was an 18, 19-year-old kid. I said, look, you got to realize you're going to work your butt off for a couple of years. You have to. But if no one's here to tell you that, how are you going to know that? And so, like, it'd be very easy to get into a quick relationship or progress your family life or whatever too quickly, and then you end up looking at yourself and being like, man, what are we going to do? Something's going to suffer.
Yeah, I think it's important because it's relatively easy to sit here and talk about, you just have to have balance and, you have your boundaries and keep things separate and prioritize your family. But, like, you still have to be open and honest with people about it's freaking hard. Especially when you're in these first few years, like, you do have to put in the time. You do have to put in the effort. It's not always easy. There are times when you take phone calls at the dinner table and you're not there for the Saturday, whatever. And that doesn't mean that you don't prioritize your family. It just means that you're also prioritizing growing your business.
But if you don't come to events like this, you don't learn how to communicate that. Like, I would love to hear the amount of people who have come to these events now that didn't come. Like, well, we hear it all the time. Guys have been married for 15 years come in and be like, we did things totally different, and now that we like actually are learning how to communicate with each other and talk through these things and like create expectations, then our whole marriage has changed because of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's so hard and it's so different for everybody because, I mean, there's guys, and you kind of joke about, like, if I were single, like, where we would be or whatever. But, like, we sat down together and kind of decided, like, I don't know how this is going to come across. We just weren't willing to put our life or our family on hold for the business. Like, we were going to make it work because, like, we're young. We had kids young, but, like, we weren't willing to wait to. We weren't willing to sacrifice that. Yeah. And so I think that's so dependent on people and this, like, I don't know, this generation, I feel like, is just in different places as far as being ready to, I don't know, start a family.
Yeah.
At least where we're at, I feel like it's different everywhere. But I don't know. Jeremiah
and Savannah, how old are you guys?
I'm about to be 26.
I'm 23. I'll be 24 next month. So.
Is that really the age situation? Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
It's a year and a half, yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's not major, but I wonder where
well,
that.
He'll be 24 well before I'm 26, so it's a year and a half, yep.
Do you think you're seeing? I feel like I am, but I don't know. I'm looking for it more probably just because of what we do together in the trades. But here at Expo, Equip, are you, Britt and you guys? Do you feel like you're seeing more women here, and more couples maybe, or more girlfriends and stuff, or no? Does it seem pretty flat compared to how it's always been?
I feel like I am, but I also feel like I'm just hyper aware of that too.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a red car?
Yeah, and then you see one everywhere.
Cars, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of together in the trades, but I think about it, but not like you think about it. But I still think there's a lot of women here. I mean, you start looking around, there's a lot of spouses, there's a lot of girlfriends that are coming. I mean, how many? We had people come up today, like multiple times, fiancés like coming in and talking and just being like, "Hey, we're growing the business together." And I think Liz got tied up with a lady who is after Energize, for no joke, they're talking like an hour.
Yeah.
About her husband was in a irrigation class trying to learn because they were in Oklahoma and or Colorado and needing to learn how to install irrigation systems. But they were like in the very, very beginning stages, like had just gone into it full time. He left a corporate job.
Stuff.
Like,
yeah.
It was crazy.
Huh.
She was getting advice on marketing things, and it's like they are coming to these events now, and ourselves included. Like, we come to learn and grow from each other. So that is the value that this community offers, is you get to come and get around people. You can't name one because you would literally leave too many people out. But there's just, I can think of 25 to 30 couples right now that I know that are here, that I personally know that are here.
Yeah.
And there's 30,000 people.
So that's not the norm. That's what you're saying. That hasn't been like wives, fiancés, girlfriends, whatever, coming with to this type.
You've
of
been
stuff.
coming longer than I have.
I know.
This is
the
it for
first
me.
one. The first one I came to, I just had Addison like a month before I came, and I swear I was the only girl here.
Really?
Then yeah,
but that
it's
was
progressed.
That was 10 years ago.
Right. Okay.
I would love to see the numbers pre-Devoce versus
91,
now.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see.
I would like
the
to see
increase
that.
is, but I'm willing to bet it's definitely on the rise, on the increase, and it's just an interesting thing, and it's just an interesting thing, and I just was curious because I don't know what I'm seeing, if it's accurate or not. And like Britt said, you have hyper awareness now just because of what we're doing and involved with. But I feel like, and again, it's kind of what we're getting known for, and you folks the same, like as a couple in business. But we talk to so many couples now too. I think that might be thrown because they see us, and they want to talk, business as a married couple and stuff. Had an interesting thing here. I'll do a more breakdown on this, but I made a note on it. You're talking about like sharing the hard stuff. I think, Savannah, you're making a mention of that, like sharing the stuff and how hard it is with business and stuff like that. And we try really hard to make sure like we let some squabbles in the business or in the podcast. I've got one where probably a fight podcast that we never released from a long time ago. I may drop that one here soon.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It was so bad. We turned the podcast off and we left the room.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
Start
We've
over,
done that,
and
yeah.
then he recorded a new one the next day by himself. I wasn't even invited back.
Yeah, we tried to start fresh, and we tried to start a new file,
That'll
tried
be
to start fresh.
great for ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get them on up there.
Yeah, try to start fresh, but just couldn't even. I'm done. I couldn't reset. I wasn't professional enough to just reset and push forward. But the point is of why we're sharing all that, and why at least the Aumans here, we try to share, and I know you guys do too. But the sucky parts in business, and if you're having cash flow issues, or just whatever the case is, or dealing with difficult clients, and how hard it is sometimes. Like the point is, this got driven home to me the other day. Is a guy we met, a couple buddies of each other's. They stopped us and talked to us, and they're out West Virginia, West by God, Virginia, and one of the guys, he's like, I quit my company and started my excavating company because of your podcast. And it's like, gosh, that is so scary. And it's like why I want to share the hard stuff. So because I don't want anybody, you just don't want somebody like, it's easy, right? Like, or, if you share all the highlights and all the good stuff, but it's like, no, that's why it's so important to us to share the stuff that's difficult, because there are people that make those decisions based off of like what they hear and see on the internet. And like, he directly attributed to Kid Contractor Podcast. It's like, bro, this is scary. But he says,
this wasn't meant for that.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, calm down. It's incredibly flattering, but it was just like, wow, that's incredible. So I can't remember the gentleman's name. Please forgive me, but it was a wild story.
So.
A year in, loved it. Paid off all his equipment the first year. Went hard in the paint. So bought a mid-size Mini X and went for it. It was super cool. So good for them. Anything else here? I've got a handful of notes. Jeremiah, I'll ask you this just because I thought it was fun. I got asked this early, and I actually ended up with a really good answer on it. What's the best advice you?
I literally deflected so hard. I don't know. I don't know an answer to this.
The worst piece of advice?
Worst piece of advice I've ever been given?
Yeah. And it hit me later in the day. I was talking to Post Oak at Post Oak on Instagram.
Greg.
Yeah. And he was saying he brought it out of me unintentionally, and it was like, when I was a young kid contractor, running my first company, somebody's like, you should get a real job. And that was the worst advice I've ever been given because, like, God only knows if I'd have listened to that. Because I heard that a lot, right? Like, I heard that a lot, and maybe you guys do too. But it was like, yeah, that's probably the worst advice I ever got because, like, gosh, I don't regret any of it a bit. But I do wish I'd done a few things different maybe. But, again, it affects the trajectory to where I am right now, and I'm very happy where I am right now, blah, 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 all that kind of deterministic, is that right, determinism kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know that I could say I mean, somebody's told me something bad over time. It's nothing that really sticks out. I mean, we were never nobody ever told me you're not going to do it. Nobody told me you're going to fail. But nobody really got behind me and pushed me.
Pushed
either.
Right?
Yeah. People were pretty
really it was really just like we were just in like a limbo space, and it was up to us whether we were going to do it or not. Like, people were supportive, family was supportive, but it was never like
it's kind of like good for you.
Yeah,
like, it was just like,
I mean,
okay.
All of our friends do different things. They have corporate jobs. Like, cool, what's what works for them. But we just decided to go a different route, and it's not always easy. It's not easy. I mean, y'all know this. Like, you don't have a bunch of friends, honestly. Like, that do the same things, that grow a business and are trying to grow a business with while building a family, and that's why it's so crucial.
I'd say it's probably more common now, though, in like our generation, your generation, to like pick up and start a company than it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. That was a big. I mean, it's way more common for people to. Part of the labor crunch. A lot of
there's like dual incomes too now, so it makes it
fair
more
enough.
stomachable for people to do.
100%. That's interesting. I never thought about that. It's one of the big drivers of, like, my dad had
the other one.
Right, my dad. Before he had us kids, but mom and dad had a cobbler business, a shoe cobbler. Actually, back, as my dad would say, back when they made shoes that were worth repairing, Dad would say. But he had a shoe repair business, and that went, like, technology changed, manufacturing changed. It got cheaper to make crappy shoes, than like one pair of like really quality leather-soled shoes. And Dad didn't stick that out for long because it was just like tough to make a living doing, and also like mom was stay at home and all that stuff. Although that was prior to us kids, mom was working actually at that time, but that wasn't going to pay the bills ultimately. So that's an interesting thought, though. So I don't know. Okay, Savannah, any takeaways on the from the show here that anything's just major stick out to you, or epiphanies meanwhile, or whatever?
I don't know epiphanies. I don't think. It's been good.
No, don't look at me. My thing.
You're getting that question next. So
my thing is the same. Like, I've said it 100 times since we've been here. I'll continue to say it again. Is like the community you get when you come here. People get tired of me saying that and hearing it, but the people you get to be around, find another place where you can do it.
Yeah, and
do it at this scale.
Do you think like the plumbers have this when they have like plumbing conventions and stuff like that? Like, I think they probably have like the big YouTubers in that space maybe, but I don't think there's a community around it like there is here. Like, you've got the Fullertons and the Calfuses and Calfis or whatever.
There's people at the show that don't know the influencers.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't dare be so bold to think that everybody here knows,
I know, but there's probably
me or Fullerton or anybody.
I would like to think that in each industry, there's still like the Fullertons, the Calfuses. There's still like their people.
Yeah, but I don't think the ground level community is there.
Right. I don't think so.
But I don't know.
I just don't feel it. Yeah, like it is.
If somebody knows of it, let me know. I'd love to check it out. Yeah. But I genuinely think what the green industry community has is unlike anything else I've ever seen. I mean, it just is. Like, and it's happened in the last 4 years.
I was about to ask that. Do you feel like it's really kind of like, not necessarily come out of nowhere, but like really taken off the past few years? Because I don't know. Like, was it like this when you like met? I
started this whole thing 3 years ago, and it wasn't to this level. Like, it was very introductory. Like, I mean, obviously you had like the original people who were influencing Snapchat, whatever you want to call it, like hanging out, having a good time. But like the scale of the community, like you had a rally tonight with however many people, 500 people, 200 to 300 of them knew each other. Like, it's wild. You can just go table to table to table and sit down and talk to your friends. Like,
everybody's connected. Yeah,
it's not going up and making. You can go make introductions to new people, But you go to these events and you're like, we do round tables. You get to interact, and it's like you see the same people like everywhere. It's like literally we count on seeing friends 3 to 4 times a year now.
Yeah.
At different events.
Which, speaking of which, coming up, LAL Entrepreneur Academy Live, Novi, Michigan, November 11. Thank you. $200, $247. Highly, insanely great value to see.
I don't know. The price may have gone up by now.
I think $247 is the price. Once it goes up, didn't it? I don't think it goes like $297.
It's under $300. I'm pretty sure.
So fed twice two squares a day.
Good food.
And the food's always great. And
the venue's awesome.
And the value is incredible of the place, the speakers you get. So highly encourage you to check out Entrepreneur Academy Live. We'll be speaking there for some freaking reason, along with other people who are actually really good at conveying their message. And of course, one of my favorites, Mark Bradley, founder of Auman, he's going to be presenting, and a bunch of really, really great folks. And then Lung Care Life, Britt, when's that?
February 24th and
mid-February. We'll be speaking at that with Jason Creel and a bunch of folks. Alan Hain, the lawn care nut.
Yep.
Jennings, you going to be there?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Sweet. Yep. Are you speaking?
I don't think so, but we'll be there.
Awesome. Well, they'll be there for crying out loud. Come hang out with them. But again, another community-based thing. It's going to be awesome. 300 some people they're hoping for.
24th and 25th.
Thank you.
Yep. 5 minutes down the road.
Yes,
23rd.
finally.
I don't know.
Yeah, so check that out. Again, great value there, price-wise.
I phone for 3 days, but I'm pretty sure it's only 2.
That's coming up. And then, of course, Hardscape Academy stuff. November 3rd and 4th, a training in person. December 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th. Sound right?
8th and 9th.
8th and 9th. Help me, Lord. And then January and February, and then Hardscape Mastery in March. The first one sold out, with the one in March, 1st and 2nd. Man, those are going to be killer, too. So check out the hardscapeacademy.com. Anybody, anything else?
I think that covers
That's good.
it.
Brittany, did you ever think your last thought?
Any closing remarks?
No, just more stuff. So I can
Just
save
more
it for another
stuff.
day.
What?
Save it for another day. You're this deep into it.
Well, I had 2 thoughts.
Okay, please.
People love long shows.
Well,
it's
the one
never
we
a
were
bad thing.
we have breakfast in 7 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's
But
We'll
so
survive.
one thing I was thinking, I was talking to someone. They were talking about I ran into it since we're homeschooling Zeke, and that word has been spreading. Mm-hmm. People will come up and talk to me, and there's a lot of people that have been homeschooled. You guys aren't the only ones.
Yep.
And which your mom, Jeremiah, has been super sweet, and she'll message me and encourage me on things. So she's been very nice.
Yeah.
good.
But anyways, so she's like, yeah, our daughter, she turned 18 this summer or something, and she wanted to start a coffee shop. So they helped her do that, and she hired her brother to work for her 16-year-old brother to work for her. And so they've been trying to manage and figure out a coffee shop, and they're letting them totally figure it out themselves.
Wow.
Inventory, people, they forgot to order something, so they had to shut, but she's like, they're learning all the consequences of it. And she's like, and we're here for help, and
that's awesome.
To bail them out, if things get really bad. But I just thought that was a really cool, because we were talking about school and how there's so many life lessons in that alone.
Yeah.
And their kid decided to do that for a couple years while they decided what they were going to do in college, because they just didn't know what they wanted to go for. So that was kind of a cool story. And then just talking to other couples and stuff, I had a conversation with a lady who emphasized the importance of putting time into your spouse and not forgetting about them in the craziness of growing a business. And
you could go for 7 hours on that. There's so many areas you could go with that.
She was coming from a very genuine place, I feel. And she was like, all this is great, and, growing the business and the kids, because we were talking about, managing kids, because they have teenagers, and I was talking about, how everyone with babies is like, oh, this is so hard, trying to keep track and keep up with life. I was like, and then we told you, no, our stage is harder because it's, a mental game.
Yeah.
And they, need you emotionally. And I was like, so tell me. I was like, is your stage harder than all of our stages? And she's like,
don't tell me yes.
She's like, they're all just different. She's like, they're all equally hard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit. It's just different.
She's like, but you're never really like off the hook. She's like, there's always something to worry about.
Yep.
And she's like,
awesome.
Something that I need. She's like, something I really want you to focus on is she's like, don't forget that guy over there. Like, while you're growing everything and while you're keeping track of the kids and trying to do the best you can for your kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, before you know it, like 2 months will go by and 3 months will go by. And once you get to that, she's like, it's too late.
Yeah. And then it's
So
like everybody says too, like the kids will turn 18, 19, they're out of there. And then it's just the two of you, you know, like y'all are who are left. So you have to make sure that you're
still like each other.
Correct. That you're fostering that relationship. And I think we've talked about it a little bit. Our people that did our small group were recently.
That's what just went through my head.
Recent empty nesters, and they're, you know, they've talked about it to us. They're pretty open about it, but they're like kind of having to learn how to, you know, like be married and just be them two again.
Yeah, re-interact almost.
Yeah, because you spend your life like raising your kids, clearly, obviously, and investing in them and going 90 miles an hour with all things in life, and then they leave and you sit down and take a breath and look at each other and you're like, well, here we are, you know? And so you kind of have to learn, I feel like, to kind of readjust, but which I think is why that's so important, is like, you can't forget in the craziness, like you two started it together and Lord willing, you're going to end it together. So you need to make sure that you're, you know, and you're investing in that too, to put yourselves in a good place.
The conversation really made me think, because everyone knows I have ideas. I just have lots of ideas. I usually try to execute on most of them. But it really made me think about those, and like, just because I have an idea doesn't mean that we have to try to make it work. Because everything that I add to the plate. The other day is a prime example. I added something onto my plate this winter. I had a call on it. It took 2 more hours than I thought it was going to take on that call. And so it crushed my homeschooling schedule down. And so I was trying to get that in, and then like just the craziness of getting ready for dinner and soccer and everything. And I snapped because something in the office wasn't going as I thought it was going to. And it wasn't that whatever was happening was a big deal. The big deal is that I added something to my plate that took 2 hours out of my day that I wasn't planning on giving to it. Mm-hmm. And so I added all the stress to me. It wasn't anyone else. It wasn't the kids' fault. It wasn't Caleb's fault.
Right.
And so that conversation with that person really made me just kind of check myself on.
Yeah.
Do y'all struggle? Like, have you?
Yes, we do.
When it comes to making decisions, like y'all have worked in the business long enough to like work through these things. How do y'all handle decision making? Do you make a decision individually, or is it almost like, do you always come together? Because like, I'm just thinking about like communication and like talking these things through. You want to be an independent person, but like at the same time, how do you find that balance of? Could you have avoided that if you had like a SOP or system, like we talk about everything before a decision like this gets made, and we come to an agreement on? And that's not me. I'm just curious. Like, is that something that is it even possible? Is it even applicable? Like, I'm just thinking, because that's where some of our biggest disagreements and just issues have come from. Is like, I'll commit to something and I won't communicate that clearly, and it's like it throws off our plans. She'll make plans, and like, or one of us makes plans and it doesn't get communicated. That's why today we were like, live and die by a calendar, a shared calendar. What are your thoughts on that? Is that something that you think could be doable? Like you have a joint decision on like almost everything. Like, or you like have a,
and not necessarily just like your nitty gritty, like,
yeah, not everything, but like you have a stipulation of like everything from this level up. If it affects this, and this, we make this decision together, and that's it.
I would say it's kind of categorized as to like, who does this have an effect on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I pretty much manage the household calendar and the daily calendar. I kind of dictate and decide when things happen. And so I don't think that there's like we have group decisions on anything. I don't know. What do you think?
What I would probably say is I don't know. I just work here.
I don't know how decisions get made.
I think a lot of the decisions that come through, you can tell by the other person's conviction in debating on the decision, or actually like let's say buying the excavator or another truck, or like what's going to get prioritized. You can tell, like the thing you say so much anymore, like, is it a hill you're willing to die on? And you can
that's
tell,
pretty much dictates all of the decisions. There you go.
I think, and what that comes down to is you can determine the other person's conviction and what they want to decide. And I think the other person either kind of like, it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out slugfest, or it's like, all right, you feel this important about it, this is what we'll do. Sure.
Go ahead.
Like, a lot of times we'll run something by, like, I'm going to go here next week or whatever. And it's not like you're trying to make this, you're just fishing to see if there's, like, any opposition to it. And that kind of makes the decision. Or, like, like my flower truck idea. Like, it was an idea that I thought was cool. It wasn't really one that I was willing to execute on without, like, him saying, yeah, this is a great idea. So, like, that one just kind of died on its own. So there's a lot of, like, fishing for feelings, I feel. And then deciding if it's a hill I want to die on. And usually if it is a hill I want to die on, I announce that before we start.
What's the last big, like, thing like that?
Well, when I was mad the other day when we were trying to get ready to leave for here and I crunched my homeschool schedule, I said, this is a hill I am willing to die on.
And what you were griping about was Hunter and I were strategizing the second greatest YouTube video we're ever going to shoot, and you were like,
I don't think we need to go on this on air.
Okay, but I'm trying to think what the only other thing I would say was like the last big argument we had about anything was like how many attachments we were getting for the tilt rotator.
That was a stupid argument.
I mean, it's
okay. So we'll play it out. So we had to put in the order for the steel wrist tilt rotator thing, and then you get to pick out which attachments you want, and like you have to buy the unit like with everything else, and then you have to buy all the extra attachments. And he checked like every box on there, aside from like 4, probably. I'm not exaggerating at all.
It was a serious amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And I got the purchase order because they wanted you to sign it. And we're literally driving to pick up the excavator. It's supposed to be like a big happy day, like we're buying a new piece of equipment. And I'm like, we don't need an asphalt cutter. We are not buying a compactor. Like, we have compactors in the shop already. And like, so I'm whittling down like that. I was like, there's no way we're paying $15,000 for this. And I don't know, you didn't think I would be mad. I don't know, like.
Well, that part of that has been a pet project of mine, and by the way,
trying not to bother me with it.
You are
but
that was a pet project of mine, as it is. Like, you run a lot of pet projects around the property too, and in the shop, and so there are things I'm not involved with, like trades, for example, to a large effect. Like, I'm not just involved in like.
I would just say you're not involved.
A lot of the trades decision making.
He shows up in July.
I shows up in July.
You're our on-site ambassador, and I think you should just stick to that title.
But like, my opinion has little bearing in there because I don't contribute a lot to it. But so it's that kind of. It was just that kind of thing to me. I was like, well, this is the stuff we need. This is what we're going to get. And it was like an issue to you, and that's okay. And it's more complex than this, of course, and there's details and things we can't go into, unfortunately. But like, it was one of those things. But probably another like great example of that is like when we were going to buy the original excavator, the small one we had. And it was just, that was one of those things, like a manifestation thing. there was no way we weren't buying that thing. It was just what we were going to do. I was not going to take no for an answer on buying our first excavator.
Yeah, that was like a hill you were dying on.
I'll close the company if we don't buy this stupid machine because I know it's that pivotal to our
So
company.
I think if it's something that you're super passionate, you'll know what to fight. You'll know what's worth it.
Yeah.
And
how do you avoid the fight though?
When I look at it, I was trying to give him tips on Instagram or something yesterday. I was like, I think you should do this, and he's like, and he told me like why he didn't. I was like, okay, I really don't care that much. Like, fine. And you literally just drop it and move on. Like, is it something that you want to be mad about tomorrow?
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Or is it a conversation you really want to, say you have a fight in the morning? Is this really something we want to continue when we get home?
Yeah.
Or are you just grumpy about something? Or something else?
Does it have to do with the other person's approachability?
Oh, yeah. I mean, delivery and all that.
1,000% is how and when you approach.
There was
approachability and receivability. Yeah. Whatever the word would be. Reception.
Yeah, if I'm trying to get the kids ready for bed and get homework done and book bags packed for the next day, do not approach me with something.
Read the room.
There was a marquee in front of a restaurant the other day. It was like, when I say I'm hungry, you have 23 minutes until I'm a different person. Or something like that. And I was like, dude, that is so me. That is such a problem I have of God, I get hangry, something terrible. And
I'm not very good at the
that's not the time to bring
part
up
of things. Because usually I just speak as it comes.
Yeah.
That's Jeremiah.
But Caleb, he'll think and ponder and
I don't know. That's interesting. I think
that's a case.
I think that's something that everyone struggles with, though, and that's there's got to be a better solution.
Do you have a specific example?
Sounds like a call for Brad and Tammy Miller.
Like a better solution?
Marriage. No,
or another example.
Like an example.
The only this might not be applicable, but there's been times where I get in simply avoiding the argument part of this. You'll try to talk to me and or bring up an idea or a decision or whatever, and I will relatively immediately be like, this is going to need to happen tomorrow. I can't talk. I'm not in the mental space to have this conversation, whether it be because I just got off work or because I've just had a day with Jack or because I don't feel like you're going to be, and this, I don't know if this is ugly, if I don't feel like you're in a place to where you're going to hear me. You know what I mean? If you go into a conversation, I'm going to say what I want to say because I'm pretty passionate about it, but I can tell you're not going to be receptive to feedback of it, I don't really want to have the conversation. And I can pretty quickly say, tell that it's not going to be a beneficial conversation because of those things. Either I'm out or I don't feel like you're, ready to, talk. So we kind of pull the plug and we wait. And that does help us at least because there's been so many times that we've forced the conversation or you have or I have if you're not in the place or you haven't the right time or whatever, and clearly that's just doomed from the beginning if you're not ready to talk about it. So I think acknowledging and trying to be honest, I'm not in a place to have this conversation, and you have to or should be respectful of that. I'm not saying I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just saying now is not the time. We're not going to be productive right now.
Well, Brad and Tammy would say that if you're choosing to respond with that, then you need to say, when are we going to talk about this? Mm-hmm.
And I will usually say, can we talk about this in the morning?
Yeah, whenever we say that, it doesn't get...
Yeah, it's not I don't want to talk about this. It's we need to wait till tomorrow or whatever.
So here's my thing that I'm trying to break down. How do we... When you have something in your head, you're the hill to die on thing. Mm-hmm. When you get to that point where you're going to die on a hill...
You're toxic.
So you're toxic.
I mean, yeah, that's a joke, but it's kind of serious. You're not going to have a beneficial conversation if you reach that point.
That's what
because if there's I'm saying period, no matter when the conversation happens.
But I think also
if I'm willing to die on this hill and you give me pushback,
yeah, but
I'm not going to.
Are you feeling that strongly at all times, or is it when the idea comes and it's rolling and you're like, oh yeah, this is happening? Or would you be able to step back and
No, I think it's
simmer
I think
down.
it's all times.
Yeah.
I think me saying this is a hill I'm willing to die on is giving him an opportunity to realize how serious I am about it, whatever it is that we're talking about. And I'm in it to win it. So
Well, you know,
you can choose to step down. Like, you can choose if you're willing to die on your hill too, and then we have a real battle, or...
do you folks, what do you think of the never go to bed angry thing? What do you guys think of that? Do you do that? Do you say, screw it? No.
We always make it a goal to not. I would say there's been less than 10 times in our marriage we've gone to bed actually like that. I mean,
I have this curse, seriously, that I don't know if I could count on one times. Am I okay? One hand, the amount of times, and I laugh because it's like kind of funny, but it's not. I really can't stay mad at anything for more than like 30 minutes. So I'll get mad, whatever that means, during stuff and conversations, but usually, and you don't get angry about things, really. And so, like, going to bed angry, I don't know. I'm
a strong-willed person,
Yeah.
but I don't get angry. But
Yeah.
like if you're gonna challenge me on something, like you said, I'm passionate about, then I'm not gonna be happy. Like,
Do you believe in going to bed angry?
Believing in it is one thing. Practition is another.
It's hard, though,
I
because
go to bed. Yeah, I do that way more, and it's to an unhealthy level, probably, to an extent, when I do. Yeah.
It gets hard because we've reached points where we're so deep in it, and we're like, it gets so late. You know, you're trying to not go to bed angry. You'd like to resolve it, but we get to
it's too much to
points-
resolve.
It gets too much to resolve, and it gets too late, and you get like, I don't know, it might sound silly, but you get too tired to where neither of you are really even thinking straight, and you don't feel like nothing, like you've probably more times, because I want to figure it out. I want to have it solved before I go to bed. Like, I don't want to wake up the next day knowing that we're not in the best place that we could be. So I'm pushing, and he finally will get to a point where, like, we're not moving forward at all. Like, we both need to clear our head, get some sleep.
There's times I'll just go to sleep.
Yeah, that's
It has to
Caleb's
happen.
done that to me.
It has to happen. There's
He's like,
times
I just can't. He's like,
which usually ends up being another thing in and of itself. But
well, yeah, because like you guys are, at least from my perspective, you're shutting the conversation down,
right, you don't
because
get to
it's
pick
going
that.
nowhere.
And I'm still here to talk.
Right,
But you're going
but,
nowhere.
So you should be willing.
I'll be mad now, and I'll be mad at 2 in the morning when we're still up, or I'll be mad at 6
Which
when
is
I wake
exactly
up,
what
which
he tells
I
me.
might as well get some freaking
Yeah, you
might as well get some
Like,
sleep. Might as well get some sleep. So ruin
Yeah.
the whole
I don't
freaking day.
know.
So we try, but
I'm not saying it's okay either. It's, you know, I think there's resolvable conflict before you go
Yeah.
to sleep, and I'd probably let more of that go than I should. But whatever. Togetherintotrades.com. Britt,
Yep.
We should call Brad and Tammy.
that would be funny. Well, it's
maybe that can
California,
be one
so
of your
there.
questions.
It's
Yeah.
it's 9:00 in Cali at the moment.
They're
So
probably still up.
yeah,
I
they
met
might be.
someone who's been using them
Oh, cool.
from trades.
Oh, nice.
They said it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked to someone that's used them?
Yes. Yep. They like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad and Tammy are awesome. So reach
So
out to
they're
Brad and Tammy Miller.
tandem marriage.
Yep.
They do online marriage coaching. Is what
Coaching, counseling, whatever you need. A tune-up, if you will.
Yep.
Marriage tune-up. Little maintenance there. Okay, well, Britt.
What a way to end.
I know, right?
Yeah.
on a light note.
But yeah, so we wrapped up at LAL announcement and Lawn Care Life. And then speaking of, that
We
kind
don't
of
need
stuff,
to talk about any more events.
Trades is announcement that comes out. That goes out in email
goes out
tomorrow.
Yep.
And that doesn't matter in this podcast because it's October
Right.
20 something. Or what is it today?
Came out a few days ago.
20th, I think.
October 20th. Man, our tilt rotator comes in 12 days.
Maybe.
No, not 12 days. It'll be the 32nd. 32nd of October. That's so exciting. Cool. Steel wrist. Can't wait. All right. Well, I think that's it. Let's wrap it up. It's late. We got to be at the Bro Life breakfast here. Oh my gosh, it's 12:15.
Woo.
Let's see here. Bro Life breakfast.
Oh, man. Hold on here. We'll end the podcast on this. You just got a comment on Gas in Thy Eye. Keep eye wash around. The original. And they said, this just happened to me 1 hour ago, and all I had was water.
Water's better than nothing. I
Well,
mean,
that's
saline
better
solution. Yeah, saline solution is really not much
Still.
different. But yeah, look at the comments in there, Brittany. It's
So the video's alive and well still.
you know, daggone.
Caleb edited that one all by himself.
I did. I'm so proud of myself. Back when I would take time to edit YouTube videos. The Brittany, you know what's something? Oh gosh, I wish we could have done this tonight. That would have been so fun.
We've got to go to bed.
You know, I say, you know what I'm. Oh, that would
What
be
are you
such a
gonna
good
do?
episode with these guys. I don't want to blow the episode. I don't want to blow this amazing idea up. So
Are we
I'm
going
not
to do it with
announce
him later?
Later this morning.
Yeah.
Savannah's over there shaking. Like, no, I'm gonna have a seizure if I don't go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it another time.
We still have to walk back.
Let's do it. I'll tell you what.
Hope we don't die.
Die.
Let's
Get one of those scooters.
We'll try to do this in Novi. Let's
we
try to do
should.
this in Novi. Let's try to do this in Novi.
3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
for LA, when we're up there in LAL, come join us at LAL Entrepreneur Academy Live. Great networking opportunity and meeting with your friends and peers, and most importantly, getting to network with the amazing speakers up there. Pick their brain for 20 minutes because you can't afford them otherwise. Come join us. Britt's taking her headset off. She's done. That's it. She's tapped.
out.
She's tapped out. Growing Green, thank you. Jeremiah,
Yes.
Savannah,
Thanks for
Jennings
having us.
there. Dude, it's
Absolutely.
always a pleasure with you folks. So,
Fax no printer.
fax no printer, folks. From the mobile hotel. What's the difference between a motel and a hotel? I've never understood.
No one can hear you. You took your headset off.
Yeah, thank you. From the Galt House, Company Cam Mobile Studios, folks, we will catch you on the next one. Jeremiah, again, thank you since you're the last guy riding into the sunset with me here.
That's right.
Grun Green on all the platforms. Find them there, all that stuff. How much do you love John Deere?
Let's just say they're a good mower. I've ran them for 5 years.
The you and oh my gosh, my buddy in Virginia. Oh my, Caleb.
Your brain quit working a while ago.
Yeah,
dude.
thank you. All right, folks, from the Company Cam Studios, we're out of here. We'll catch you on the next one.